These time blocks have made a difference where I'm tackling projects I wouldn't usually take on because the work I need to do, the songs I need to write, so to speak, the end of focus time blocks of intentional time, but really scaling back my communication and responsiveness. I notice it takes time to get confident with that too. Like you're used to just always having it there and always being responsive. The other good thing is just getting up and getting right after something. No routine sort of thing, just get ready enough and then hop in and start doing something that you need. If I can keep this up, my output is going to reflect it. My catalog is going to show it.
Impeccable vibes here right now at Allegiant South Bay. What kind of music would you guys call this?
It's Grupo Firme Radio.
Oh,
Right.
I'm not even
Right, we don't mess around.
I'm not gonna try to repronounce that, but I'll tell you what, the vibes are immaculate. Are you Grant?
Yes.
What's up, man? I'm Cody.
How you doing? Nice to meet you, Cody.
Nice to meet you too, man. I'm making a little content. First set complete. I could be getting buried here, but maybe not. We got 2 trials in, which is pretty exciting. Just mental battle right now, me and the weight. It's got me feeling hella good. First set down. Coach, how many sets you got? 4? 4 sets! 4 more sets to go, baby. 4 quarters, 1 heartbeat. No doubt.
So this B series or C series right here is an absolute doozy. Your lower back just gets so fired up you've never really felt it that way. But it's also really cool because you're kind of swinging laterally with this Indian club. So it's over that shoulder, down to that toe. It's not really a motion that you find yourself doing very often, that I find really unique to this Indian club lateral swing. Then from there, you go into the big kahuna. We were talking a med ball over the shoulder clean. You have 10 each side, so 20 total. And going through this one, I picked up the 70 pound. I've done the 60 in the past. As my friend Mike P said, that's throw up stuff. Once you really get to some sets here, it gets hard. But man, if you want to improve that body comp, if you want to get better, this is one way to do it. And then we bring it home here with 10 each. And by the end of this, your whole body is just asking you, why are we doing this? And you just tell it, because we want to get better, because we want to improve.
Raquel's a trial. She's in here doing practice 4, second day in a row. Took off her sweatshirt. What do you think's underneath? An Allegiant piece of merch, baby.
Killa Kumar. What up, man? Doing good. Let me see that testimonial wall. It's just a reminder, of all the good work that we do and all the difference that we make in people's lives. Because it's easy to get focused in on the bad stuff and not just remember that it's like, dude, we're making a massive impact and people love this place. Speaking for Century City, honestly, we should just do a, hey, Allegiant happy hour, do a $200 tab, and then whoever shows up, that's it. And just see if that's an easy social gathering, because you just set the time, you do the place, you have a tab. If nobody shows up, you get a couple free drinks. But if people show up, it kind of fosters some stuff, and it just could be an easy community thing. So I think that might be a good thing for us just to try here in June. Pick a date, and I know you were kind of planning on that with some of those members, but it might just be a good time. Take $200 and go do that. Let's just do an email and a social media post. I can create a party full just real quick. That'll just take a second. And then we can schedule it live for this Friday because there's nothing to be posted this Friday. Today I got a testimonial, tomorrow I got a video. Then we got a Tim promo on Thursday, and then Friday we got open.
I think it's a good strategy to get him on board as a front desk, get him those responsibilities. If he immediately starts crushing it and you start to see that there's really good signs, I would start just thinking about fast tracking him up to lead. And thinking more with the mindset of like how can a more qualified person help you to do other things. Let's not just pay people more just to pay people more, but if we've got somebody that we think is going to be an asset to the team and we can get them more responsibilities, I think that's a good thing to do. Yes, on your Slack to me about commissions for Santa Monica, I've got you paid on Yvette, Chet Brown, Caesar, and Jake Berman. Just a heads up, Jake Berman is a $67 commission, not $100, because it was a $400. And that ratio I did was if we pay $100 on 600, then we pay X on 400, and that was 67. And then have a look at those 2 modules on conversion and refund that I popped into Trainual. Should be self-explanatory, but I just beefed out the system in terms of like what the process is on that. And on like conversion, it was just there's too many logistics back and forth to like set a meeting, have the meeting, get them to come. It's like I'm thinking we just pull the sheet together week 5, we send it over to them, and then we shoot them a call like, hey, did you get the sheet I just sent you on the thing? And we use that as a conversation starter. And then it's like, oh, hey, by the way, while I got you, are you thinking about continuing, or how's it been so far? And then we just see if we can get it right there. Interestingly, I've had a couple exit interviews with folks so far, and here's been the feedback. He took the refund, but he converted to a membership. His main thing was wondering why wouldn't I take the refund and then just join back on a regular membership. And so for him, he was just kind of like looking at it as like the math aspect. He's like, if you use the credit with us, you'll get, if you got access to like a discounted membership. So he's like, if your regular rates are $60, but if I use the credit, but my membership now became $50, that incentivizes me to like keep the credit. But as it is right now, he's like, you either keep my $600 for 20 weeks or I get my $600 back, and then I burn through it in 10 weeks. And then I had a really long one with this guy who was in Santa Monica as well. Like sub 5% body comp guy. I had like a 40-minute call with this guy, and I don't know if you've ever read the Challenger Sale, which is basically like you're a consultant, you're a trusted advisor, and if they are basically saying kind of the wrong things and you know that they're wrong, like you kind of just challenge them on it. And so it was very much that angle. And he was like, he's one of those guys that trains like 6-7 days a week, and he likes variability. But at the same time, he wants to add muscle and get stronger. And I'm like, look, man, like you have to decide if adding muscle and getting stronger, if that's more important to you and it's actually your goal as compared to like just doing 6-7 days a week of like all sorts of different variety. If you enjoy that variety and you like training 6-7 days a week, then there's probably like, I should stop trying to convince you with Allegiate. But if your goal is to add muscle and get stronger and you actually value that more than the variability and just kind of willy-nilly going to stuff, Allegiate is 100% the place that you need to go. And somewhere, honestly, like I was like, how many years have you been training 6-7 days a week? He's like, probably a decade. I'm like, okay, so you've been doing this a decade, right? And you like the variability and you like going to different things. He's like, yes. I'm like, then in a sense, it's me and you saying, I'm trying to tell you that that your God is not your God and my God is the God and you should go with my God. Like it's almost like a battle of religion kind of thing, because you've got 10 years of sunk cost and beliefs in this way of training, and you identify Nick as like somebody that knows what they're doing with fitness, right? And so I respect all of that, but at the same time, like I'm on this phone call with you going this long because I know that this is going to be the best thing for you if your goal is to gain muscle and get stronger. And so like we just kind of like slugged it out back and forth for a while, and it basically like came to the thing of like, didn't feel like strength was intense enough for him or whatever. And he's like a hit guy. And I'm like, look, if you're clear for team, try team. If you're not clear for team, the point is mute. But if you try that and, you think there might be something there, then, let's get you set up for team. You try that for, 3 months. If you're not in the best shape of your life and hitting all your goals, then I'll give you a hug and handshake and we'll get you out of here. But, so anyways, all that to say, like, it was one of those ones where I was like, I'm not going to take no for an answer because I think that there's a thread to pull with this guy. Where like Fran, there was nothing really I could do. It's like 3-4 o'clock. You want workouts? We don't have that.
Probably nothing I could do. This other guy, Raul, nothing I was gonna say was gonna kind of turn his mind around. And I mean, that's the hard thing about sales with Allegit, is that everybody comes in with preconceived notion of what fitness is, and especially somebody that's been training, imagine training 6-7 days a week for a decade, and then somebody's telling you, basically, you're doing it all wrong. I've had enough sales conversations with people that ends up being a really cool way to kind of frame it to them. You get them to choose your answer, basically, but you frame it in such a way that says, like, look, we're talking about two separate things. We're talking about variability, like going to Pilates at 45, seeing all the beautiful people at those gyms. If that's like what you want to do, then we're not going to be the best option for you. But on the other side, like if you really want to get strong, improve your mobility, and be a part of a strength conditioning program that's going to help you add that 10 pounds of muscle that you're looking for, if that is more important to you than the variability aspect, then 100% like this is the place, and we just have to figure out a way to get you to see that or try it. And I'm open to whatever way that might be. But honestly, like if it's the variability aspect that you like, I get that, and we're not going to win on that. And then what they do in their head is like anybody that either has an ego or just is like, who's going to say, no, I don't want the results, I want the variability. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's not important to me to have actual fitness goals. It's more important for me, like the social aspect of it. And if they do say that, then I'd be like, you know what, awesome, man. Like, I get that. A lot of people feel that way. Then in that case, I think you're right. We probably shouldn't move forward. But usually I'd say 9 times out of 10, they kind of like, they pick the other route. And anyways, it's just a good sort of tactic when you sort of hear people spinning their wheels like that. But you're on the sales conversation, you're just listening to this person, you're like, okay, I know this character avatar. This is the type of person that's been training 5-6 days a week for 10 years. And that's a belief system that I'm not going to break on a phone call. But if I could find a way to get them to just kind of think, that's a good point, maybe there's a thread to pull there.